Hi, this tutorial will demonstrate the basics of using EndNote Web. EndNote is a citation management system. It helps you keep track of your sources for papers and can create reference entries for you in a particular style. It has many more functions, but I'll focus on the basics. To get to the library homepage, you can type library.shawnee.edu in the address bar, or from the Shawnee State homepage, you can hover over Academics at the top of the screen. Come over here to Clark Memorial Library and you can click on that. If you're on a desktop, but also if you're using a mobile device, you would come down to Current Students. It's at the bottom of the page. Under Academic Support, you'll see Clark Memorial Library, and you would just click on Clark Memorial Library. So first you'll want to create an EndNote account. So you would scroll down on the library webpage under Quick Links and see EndNote Web and click on that. Now I already have an account, and I have it so it automatically puts my information in, and I would just click sign in. If you don't have an account, you would just click here and register. It's just a matter of creating a username and password. So I'll go ahead and sign in for right now. And you'll see here a list of 3 resources that I already have in my EndNote account. So you may be wondering, how did those resources get there? So what I'll do is I'm going to go back to the library homepage, and in Discovery Service I'm going to type climate change and carbon emissions. I've practiced this before, so it automatically populates. I'm going to click search, and here's my result list. Now let's say this first article seems interesting, so I'm going to click on the title, and I'm going to decide, yes, I want to put this in EndNote Web. So over here on the right sidebar, you'll see export. I would click on export. It automatically says direct export to EndNote Web. I would just click save. Sometimes it asks to sign in again, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, and here it tells me the number of records imported was 1. Now EndNote always opens up a new tab every time it adds an article, it imports an article. So I usually just go back to the original EndNote page, click reload, and then my article is right here, the link between carbon emissions. You'll see it right here. Now I'm going to add one more article to my EndNote account, going back to the Discovery Service result list for my search. And I'm just going to click this Climate Hits, the second article. Select it, so then it'll get to the records page. Come over here to export again on the right sidebar. Again, it's already dotted the right one. Click save. And it says, oh, there's my number of articles imported. I'm going back to my original EndNote tab. I'm going to click reload. And you'll see right here is my Lawton article, Climate Hits. So now notice on the left side there are groups, and this allows me to keep my sources organized by paper. And it'll help me a ton when I come to create a reference list. So to organize them into one folder or group, I would select the 2 articles I want in the group. So I will click my Climate Hits and the Sabanda article. I would come up here to add to group. Now I could automatically put it in any one of these 3 papers, so to speak. I can create a new group. So I'm going to call this group Climate Change Paper. I'm going to click OK. And you'll notice right over here it pops up as one of my groups. Just to show you, I'll click Climate Change Paper, and there are my 2 articles. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is how to create a reference list. I'll hover over Format at the top of the page and click Bibliography. I'll select what group I want a reference list for, and we'll select Climate Change Paper. Select the bibliographic style, so you'll notice there's a whole bunch of citation styles. I'm going to select MLA. You can select any one of these, but I'll do Rich Text File. I can save this, I can email it, or I can preview and print. And I'm just going to go ahead and preview and print so I can show this to you. And right over here, you'll find what the works cited, reference page, however it is called in that particular citation style. Now you have to be careful with this because sometimes there are errors. A lot of times there might be capitalization errors. That's the most common one. So just make sure you double check what you see here before you automatically put it in your paper. And some students, they just copy and paste this to the end of their paper. Now, quick before I go, there's something called the Cite While You Write plugin that you can use on your personal computer in Word. And it generates in-text citations and a reference list within your paper as you write it. So a librarian can help demonstrate this if you want some guidance. And that gives you a quick introduction to using EndNote Web. If you have questions or want help researching, contact a librarian. These are the SSU librarians and their contact information. Thanks for watching.